Hey, what's up, guys? Today's episode of the Titus podcast is brought to you by Casper. Get $50 towards any mattress purchase by visiting casper.com/Titus and use promo code Titus. And now here with the Armageddon update, Christopher Titus.
I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. And today we are talking about religious beliefs. And if talking about religious beliefs violates your religious belief, then you should click off now. Okay, now that the fundamentalists are gone, we can move forward. And by the way, have you ever met a fundamentalist that was actually fun? I've seen them be mental, but never fun. Now, I'm not going to talk about or make judgment on religious beliefs, whether you believe that cows are sacred, snakes can heal the crippled, or even if your religious beliefs have nothing to do with making women dress up like black freeway safety cones and not drive or learn to read. And I'm fine if you believe a man walked on water, then turned that water into Pinot Noir, or took a loaf of bread and made Subway footlongs for thousands. And by the way, Subway, there's your new campaign, Subway Jesus. I know some people are going to be pissed, but it'll get rid of the Jared the pedophile nightmare. Look, whatever you believe is fine as long as you keep it in your area. You don't get to make me believe if I don't want to. I mean, you can show up on 10 speeds, give me a pamphlet, or scare me with the fiery depths of hell. You can promise me 72 virgins, and if I decide that is the number of virgins I require to join up, then I'll join up with you. On the other hand, if my taxes pay your salary and you're being paid to follow the law, and you tell me you can't follow the law because of your religious beliefs, then we have a problem. Now, I would love that kind of freedom myself. Sorry, officer, my religious beliefs say that I need to drive 85 miles per hour so my God is happy. Here, I wrote it in a book. This is the Holy, Fast, and Furious book. Book 2, Chapter 6. And thou shalt put the pedal to the metal like Bo and Luke Duke, and thou shalt keep it to the metal. Ride or die. Amen. Those are my religious beliefs, so I don't have to follow the law. After this woman in Kentucky has refused on religious beliefs to sign marriage licenses for gay couples, I think we should all get a law-breaking religious exemption. To all you potheads, you are now Rastafarians, and your religious beliefs demand that you smoke. Also, you people that are feeling a little bit rapey, you don't have a sex addiction. You are horny Aryans, and your religious beliefs demand you rape. It's not against the law if the law is against my religion, right? See, America was designed as a nation of laws, and freedom of religion is one of those laws. It doesn't say freedom to force your religious beliefs on whoever you want, because that is what they do in Iran, Iraq, and any other country where they use religion as a figurative and literal Louisville slugger. Now, you may have an opinion of gay people. You may think that slot A does not go into slot A, or tab B does not go into tab B, and slot X is exit only, or whatever your human body IKEA manual tells you. Fine, believe what you want to believe, but if you took a job paid for by the public and took an oath to follow the law, follow it. Now, Kim Davis says she holds marriage sacred, which is why she has done it 4 times. Let's see what the good book says about divorce. Mark 10, 11 and 12. And he said to them, whoever divorces his wife and marries another commits adultery against her. And if she divorces her husband and marries another, she commits adultery. Yeah, Kim, that's kind of awkward. Here's Hebrews 13:4. Marriage should be honored by all, and the marriage bed kept pure, or God will judge the adulterer and all the sexually immoral. So I guess, according to your religion, any woman that gets divorced is judged an adulterer. Embarrassing, isn't it, Kim? I know. Let's see what the book says about adultery. Wow, it's in the beginning. It's in the 10 Commandments. Thou shalt not commit adultery. So she's standing on a religious belief so she can judge others. Wow, wonder what the Bible says about hypocrisy. You know what, Kim? I got to be honest. I don't care what it says about hypocrisy because it's not my place to judge. Let's see what it says about that. Here's a good one. Matthew 7:1-2. Do not judge lest you be judged, for in the way you judge, you will be judged. And by your standard of measure, it will be measured to you. Wow. I guess before you claim a religious belief, you should research it a bit. Hey, Kim, you could have Googled it. I'm Christopher Titus. And this is the Armageddon Update. Hey, everybody, Christopher Titus Podcast. Hi, everybody. We've had amazing news today. We're going to talk about this whole Kim Davis thing for a minute. But with me, as always, to the right, my cohort, my best buddy, the most beautiful woman I've ever seen on the planet, Bombshell Rae.
What's up, people?
And over sitting in the corner, staring at the big screen, trying to figure out what we're talking about, is Fetus. Hey! There you go. He's getting better at that, by the way. He's getting better.
He's got verve and vigor.
We had good news today. So I just want to be clear about this whole thing because Bombshell and I have a discussion sometimes about what the Armageddon update is going to be about. And last night I said I want it to be about religious beliefs, and she came unstuck because she's a believer, pretty hardcore. You came unstuck. You did. You got mad at me. You were like,
I wouldn't call it unstuck. I actually didn't.
I don't want to talk about this. I'm dead.
I actually just said I have nothing to say.
Eat your tacos. Shut up.
This was a pretty good imitation of you when you get wound up. I actually said I have nothing to say, which I have learned with you. People, if you want to piss him off, get him wound up, really freak him out, refuse to carry on a dialogue with him because it really, really bothers him.
You don't want to talk about an issue. No, I don't got to say about that.
Because you kept trying, you were like, oh, so you want to talk about, you want to save it? You want to save it? I said, no, I actually don't have anything to say to you about it, and you didn't like that.
So you made me think about it. You made me think you're right.
Mad.
You made me think about something. You made me think that sometimes I have a tendency to go anti-religion, and I'm really not. I'm really not. Here's the thing. If you have faith, people, and you believe that you're going to a better place after this life, that takes a lot of stress off you. They did this. There was a bunch of research studies. There's a guy that wrote a book called Blue Zones, and even Bill Maher was talking about this. And basically, there's these places on the globe where people live on average of like 100 to 102.
That just sounds tiring.
Okinawa, yeah, well, especially
Okinawa. Is that how you say that?
I said Okinawa.
Why are we talking like this?
Because that's how they said it in Karate Kid 2. Shut up.
Okinawa. I used to live there.
They see,
it's amazing.
Yeah, so they got the Okinawa, and they got the Loma Linda, which is here in Southern California. Weirdly enough, that's one of the blue zones, which is weird. So Loma Linda is one of the blue zones. And so there's a couple things that people do. It's diet, exercise. They're out a lot, but one of the things they really do is they're all faith-based. Everybody who they're believers, whatever they believe. Yes, I almost said a word. Religion was the word I was gonna say. So whatever religion they believe, they follow that, and they have a good community, and they get together with their friends, and they worship. Good. So I'm not anti-religion, but here's the thing with religion for me. When you're using your religion to actually oppress other people, I think that's when it crosses a line. And whether it's ISIS doing it, whether it's the Taliban doing it, whether it's the Iraqis doing it, it's just not right. Your religion is your religion, and it's a private thing. Do you agree?
Which part of all that?
That your religion is a private thing.
Okay.
I mean, don't you? I mean, you could tell people, but I mean, don't you believe that? Don't you believe it's a private thing? Like, I'm not getting on a 10-speed. I'm not going knocking on doors. I'm sorry. First of all, I would scare the shit out of people if I should have. Hey, I want you to read this. Hey, wait! I didn't even say anything. That guy's intense.
It does seem odd that they wear helmets too, right?
Yeah, they wear little black helmets and white shirts with ties.
I feel like if you really believed in God and you were on a sort of missionary trip for God.
Faith. Where's your faith?
Yeah. What's up with the bike helmet?
Why are you wearing a helmet? Well, because we have free will, and so do the guy behind the wheel of the Mercedes S-Class. So that's right. And he could just go, I hate Mormons. So maybe God also gave you the smarts to put a freaking helmet on. How about that?
Yeah. He sent a rowboat and a helicopter.
Right, to pick up the guy. I sent you a rowboat and a helmet. And a helmet. He did send an oncologist.
He did.
So this woman has basically said that she will not sign these marriage licenses. And then to make her famous, Mike Huckabee and Ted Cruz, the kind of sucking on the whore tit of the Republican Party, fly to the jail, take her out, and this little Oompa Loompa comes out, and they're like, and Mike Huckabee said, I'll go to jail for you if need be. And that's what he said. Mike Huckabee got in front of the crowd and said, I know at one point. He said, if you have to go to jail for 8 years, he goes, I'm going to be president. He goes, I'm going to be president of this country, and that's an 8-year run, but I'll go to jail for 8 years to protect your religious freedom.
Not.
Yeah, first of all, you'd lose way too much weight, and you're really soft and squishy, and they would love you in prison, Mike Huckabee. You may have some problems.
Come here, boy. I like your dough.
Yo, what's up, Huckabee?
Oh, shit.
How you feeling, man? Yeah, let me feel one of your man titties. Bring it.
Moobs.
He does.
Middies. We named them Middies. I couldn't remember.
That's right. You got middies for days, man. We're gonna pull a train on you, Jabba.
Ew.
Let's do this.
And so just so you know, Fetus is got this weird way of inputting stuff. He just wrote Mike Fuckabee on the computer screen in the background like a 4-year-old. Mike Fuckabee, man. It's all right. He is. And then Ted Cruz is like Ted Cruz is he's just sucking on Donald Trump right now. It's crazy to watch. It's crazy to watch this GOP thing. And Hillary, I'm sorry, she's right. You remember we had this argument with your mom the other day.
You were having an argument. My mom and I were not.
No, she actually she apologized about the email thing, but it's totally legal. She apologized because people were worried about it.
There was no argument. I was just stating a fact that she had said she was sorry, and you were arguing something that you had no facts for, that she didn't apologize. I wasn't saying she was right or wrong. I was just saying I saw her apologize on TV, and you said, no, she didn't.
I do that a lot, by the way. I do.
I know.
Those things that argue I don't have the facts for. Sometimes I'm successful.
And you waggle your finger a lot during that.
Not really.
A little head swivel, finger waggle.
like a black gospel choir singer.
Exactly like it. So
anyway, so this woman says she will not sign the marriages of gay people, sign the marriage license of gay people. So they put her in jail. They let her out now, and the judge said, well, now, because her clerks, the guys that work for her, said, yeah, we'll do it. And they signed 10 gay marriage things without her name on it. Well, she said that I'm going back to work, and there will not be any more gay marriage certificates signed.
What?
That's what she said. She said she's going, and the judge said, you're going to go back to jail.
Well, obviously, it's not up to her.
It is.
Dum-dum.
She's an elected official, and her name is literally printed on the thing. And if she doesn't sign it, they're not valid.
So take it off.
That's what she wants. She wants her name off the form. But the government said it's going to cost us $100,000 to get all that done. And I say, go to Vistaprint. Right?
Yeah.
But she won't do it. So my problem is that the hypocrisy, I don't look. I know a lot of really, really good Christian people who are just nice, normal people. They'll have they're not up your butt all the time about religion. And I know a lot of atheists that annoy the shit out of me. Like there's some atheists that are just like, you guys, you're so intense, you're so right, you're so cool, just shut up. It's fine. Just enjoy your life. So my attitude about it is be who you are. And I don't care about religious beliefs. But when your religious beliefs walk into my room, if you came in and said, I'm leaving this show tonight because of my religious beliefs and I want these people to go with me, at that point, we would have a duel from the stage. I would destroy you.
A duel.
I would do.
Because over religious beliefs, that's what you would have.
No.
I challenge you to a duel.
Yeah, I always carry a white glove in my back pocket.
On guard.
I do.
Ow.
It's a very small glove. It's a very
His name is the Knicker.
It's actually a mitten from when I was a child. Because you can't buy a white glove.
The Knicker strikes again.
That's an unfortunate name for a guy with a small penknife who actually carves. Just ow! What the hell?
He also carries very sharp paper.
He does.
Ow.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think? I mean, what do you think about it? That she should actually be able to make a decision on other people's life, even though she's supposed to follow the law that was actually passed down from the Supreme Court?
What do I think about it? I don't really know what I think about
Elected
it.
official getting paid with the tax dollars from the people she's supposed
I
to
think
work
that you have to follow the law. Everybody has to follow the law.
Right.
That's sort of a given in our country. So if someone's not following the law, that is a problem and also against the law. At which time, whence thou shalt be punished. I also believe in freedom and equality and equal rights and recognition under the law for all people.
Are you running for president? Because that was some bullshit you just did. Did you hear that, Fetus?
Oh, yeah.
She was talking like she was just like running for, we are not on this is a podcast. We got
Bombshell 2016.
Yeah,
That's right, baby.
Bombshell 2016. I mean,
Hey,
I'm already
that'll be my slogan.
I'm already in as the first douchebag.
Bootsy. Could I be Bootsy again if I'm running for president?
Yes. Oh, that would love Bootsy. What's up, people?
I'll just come out in my fur
Oh, Donald Trump be crazy. You seen that hair?
platforms.
I love that.
Willie can be my running mate.
Yo, man, I'm gonna be the first man. How you doing? Everybody, hey, whoa, back up my girl. All right, show, man. No, what, our Secretary of Defense? Well, I ain't a secretary, man. I'm gonna kick some ass, though.
You're the first man and the Secretary of Defense?
Yeah, I'll be the first man. I'm gonna handle them boys. Hey, whoa. Fuck diplomacy, man. No. You just give me a Hummer, meet me on the front lawn. We going.
What? We're
That's
gonna
what
ride.
we gonna ride.
When we ride on these.
Yeah, man. You know why? Because when you in Iraq, you riding dirty. We're going to take these asses motherfuckers out.
By the way, Willie, I would love to have at wartime in Iraq.
Oh, he wouldn't play because he's very practical. He's very pragmatic about it
And a little scary.
and doesn't play. So this one.
I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. I think that she can't break the law. It's the law.
But there's another law. Here's the weird thing. There's another law that's got religious exemption in it.
I
You
know.
can give someone a religious exemption, which that means that we all have the ability to get a religious exemption.
Well, when I said I believe in rights, equal rights for all people, I apply that to people's right to practice religion as well as your sexual orientation, your sex, which, that's a problem too in our country.
Right.
But
Why is that a problem in our country? Just let people do what they're going to do.
no, I'm not you dum-dum. I'm not talking about how you just made Feedy giggle.
Yeah.
I'm talking about your sex, your
he's-
male or female, not your
Do
sexual.
you know he's on the clock right now? and
encounters.
He's drawing stuff on the computer. He should be
He's
looking at.
scribbling a little
He should,
person.
he should be finding weird news stories right now. That looks like the girl. That looks like Kim Davis is what it looks like.
Oh, that's what he was doing.
Yeah,
She's
it's
mad. It
very
actually does
cartoon.
kind of look like her.
Yeah, draw it for that. We'll put it up on the video podcast.
Yeah.
No gay marriage. That's pretty good. She looks just like.
So I believe, I believe in. I don't know. It's a catch-22. I think that she can't break the law, but I think that she has the right to her religious beliefs, and so I do. She predated the Supreme Court ruling, and once that happened, she knew that was coming, and she should have had some foresight into that. She knew there was a day that a homosexual couple was going to come into the clerk's office.
In Kentucky, maybe not. She's kind of rolling the dice in Kentucky.
One.
Hey, me and Phil are here. Well, we've been hunting in the woods for a while, and I gotta say, it didn't start out this way, but it got kind of weird, and now we're happy. So, gonna get married.
Hitched.
We're going hitched, and we want our guns engraved with the exact same marriage date. That's cool. What do you mean you ain't gonna sign it? This bitch ain't gonna let us get married. You can tell he's a girl.
I figured.
Why I gotta be the girl? Well, shut up. Love you.
I just think she knew it was coming, and she should have had a little bit more foresight and not just waited it out and waited for the moment to deny somebody what they were afforded under the law.
There you go. At the end of the day, church and state. You can have your religious belief. You can go home in your house. You can read the scriptures. You can actually believe. You can actually go to church on Sunday. But you can't take it to the workplace and actually oppress people based on religion. Boom. I think we're done with this.
But here's
Crap.
Here's my question,
Yeah.
though. So she has a right, just like you said, religious exemption. She has a right. She's been at that job before this ruling happened. She's had that job for a long time, and so if it doesn't fall in line with what she believes, she can't deny people that. But I'm just wondering, I'm just asking you, and I really don't know the answer to this, but maybe there just should have been a provision that if she just said that my religion doesn't allow me to do that, but I guess if she's the clerk of court, though, she's the main dude. And so her name, like when you go to the clerk's office for all these millions of divorce filings that you have,
They have to sign it.
it's always Jose Benaya's name on it, even though any other clerk often signs it. Is that what her issue is? Is
Yes.
that her name is on it?
That her name is on the thing, and
Well,
she has
then
to
you
sign
can't
it.
have that job. You just can't have that job because it's now the law. And whether you agree with the law or not, if you really disagree with it, then go and spend your time and your life's work trying to change the law.
And you were
And you're
elected.
welcome to do that. But you can't break the law.
You were elected to hold up the law, and you don't. There you go. Now, that being said, So she goes to the Bible. It says in the Bible, and I read, you know what? There's some nasty stuff about being gay in the Bible.
There's also some nasty stuff about adultery, and people don't seem to mention that too often.
Right, but she actually, it says if you get divorced and get married to someone else, you're an adulterer according to the Bible.
Well, look at you,
right?
Spark plug.
Come on, woo! I'm an adulterer.
I will say this in the defense of that, because I hate one thing. I hate, and I'm not even just talking about her. I hate when someone says, "I have faith. I'm a Christian. I whatever," and then everyone points to every little fallacy and flaw and bad choices that you've made to point out why you're not a good Christian or whatever. She actually got faith, was not a Christian her whole life, and actually when her mother died, she found God. She became a Christian. She went to church, and so it was after all of that. Christians aren't infallible people.
Right.
And they don't claim to be. Everyone sins. But I think more importantly than anything else here on the table, and I think one of my biggest issues, I'm a Christian. I have an issue with organized religion, and that's because it's been bastardized. And my biggest issue, period, which you could solve all of the earth's problems with, is judge not, lest ye be judged.
That's where I have the problem.
Period.
It's not that she got divorced, not she found it later. It's after becoming a Christian, she has now decided that she is going to judge everybody who walks in that room and refuse to follow the law. That's my exact problem. We agree. I would like to high five you right now.
I don't know if we agree.
I think we did pretty close.
You.
Pretty good. Don't high five me. It doesn't mean I win. You just don't like being. You just don't like it even being. Wait,
it's
I'm
not
on his
that.
side?
It just it makes me think that I just signed a pact or something. I have to do something.
No,
now
you do not.
In your dark little evil world.
I don't have a dark little evil world.
You do.
If I have
It's
many
dark.
podcasts that totally back up that I am on the right side of the issue. Now, I may be aggressively on the right side. I may be carrying a spear on the right side of the issue, but I am on the right side of the issue most of the time.
I just think that it's, what people aren't talking about ever is, for some reason, there's no hierarchy of sins in the Bible. And for some reason, homosexuality is sort of in vogue as far as discrimination and judgment goes. But if you really, like you said, read it, there's a list of things, and adultery is not ranked. It's not like, well, you can't do, have a penis in your butt, but,
Penis in your butt's a
and you'll go to
9
hell
on the sin
forever,
scale.
and God wants nothing to do with you. But if you sleep around on your wife, that's okay.
That's a 2. That's a 2.
No.
Well, penis in your butt's a 9. Sleep around your wife, 2. You know why? Because it's sleep around. Now, if you have a penis in your butt and you sleep around on your gay husband, that's an 11. So it's a 2 plus a 9.
On a scale of 10?
On the sin scale. I mean, if we're going to nail the sins down, if you ate a whole cake, it's a 1. That's a 1. That's a 1, as Mike Huckabee has obviously proved because he's a preacher. If you eat a whole cake, it's a 1. It's a 1.
Yeah, you want to talk about that? The Bible says your body,
gluttony,
your body
right.
is a temple.
Right.
So
Right.
all these obese people, we're not talking about that either.
Right.
So I would just say, again, and I don't want to do this right now
Let's
as
sin
far
scale.
as
Let's do
as
sin
far as
scale.
adulterers are concerned.
I'm going to throw some sins.
I ain't judging
You
it.
give me-
You do your thing. I'll do my thing.
Right, that's
and
how
let's move on down the road.
But don't be the person, to have this kind of little troll kind of come out and be like the voice is like wrong for me. It's like I just
Of course she looks like Laura Ingalls Wilder, and she's representing Christians. Of course. We couldn't get like
looks
a
like you.
sexy, voluptuous,
Bombshell Christian.
whatever,
By the way, which is the best comic book? I'm buying the comic book. Bombshell Christian is here. But no other gods before me. Well, people look at their phones all the time. So no other gods before me. Now, what would that be? Would that on the sin scale? That'd be a 1. 1.
I'm not. I don't.
You're gonna do it.
We're making up a fake
We're making
hierarchy.
up a fake sin because you said because I said your penis in your butt 9.
He made that number 1.
Yeah, you should not know other gods before him. You know why? Because he's a narcissistic God, and it's only him.
The Bible says that I'm a selfish God.
Yeah, I like that he's straight up about it.
He covetous.
I like that he was like flat out. He's self-aware. Self-aware. Our God's a self-aware God. Okay, you shall not make for yourself an idol. So don't worship anything. So there goes all my cars. Done. But that's that's a low sim. It's like a 2.
You've never prayed to your cars. You've cursed them out.
I've prayed in them going too fast. You shall not use the name of the Lord your God. Wow. Now, so what is that one? That one's got to be like a 0.5.
You think you're only making that a 0.5?
Just you saying, damn
Do you
it,
think when they made
GD.
the 10 Commandments that he intended them to be in that order for a reason?
I don't know.
But I also don't see
still
gay
don't
marriage
I
on
don't
here.
see penis in your butt anywhere on
I
it.
don't see it.
Yeah.
Remember the Sabbath day, keep it holy.
Sunday, we actually have tradition, and we chill. Honor the father and your mother. We both do that.
No, you honor my father and my mother.
Yeah, mine are dead. You're right. It's good.
We don't know if you. Why are you laughing
and
at that?
not to be a jerk, but good riddance.
Oh my gosh! All right, you're already done. You went to hell already.
I'm already.
You shall not murder. That's a biggie. I give that a.
You
That's a
shall not
biggie.
murder. Yeah, but why is it sixth? Like sixth murder on the Ten Commandments? You shall not murder is sixth. Should not by the way, and worse, you shall not commit adultery is seventh.
That's in the Ten Commandments.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's in there. Yeah. That's what that was my point. Did you hear the Armageddon update? Because I kind of talked about it. Okay. You shall not steal. And you steal all the time.
I do not steal.
You steal.
A T-shirt of yours that's super snugly soft that I happen to like to sleep in does not qualify as steer.
It's a 0.3 then. You shall not give false testimony against your neighbor. What if your neighbor though keeps
your ex is screwed on number 9.
Yeah,
screwed.
She and 10, you shall not covet.
Aha.
You got trouble with that one.
What?
Zadig and Voltaire. Come on.
I don't covet it.
You look at the internet all the time and you're coveting the shirt you just bought.
It's not coveting. It's not wanting something that someone else has and like obsessing over it. I just go buy it.
You just described what you do.
No, I just go buy it. I pick it out and I go buy it.
That's true. All right.
Is that coveting?
I guess no. Up until you buy it, I think.
Isn't coveting like maybe seeing other people in your profession that you perceive as doing better than you and being jealous of
their
isn't
success?
That more of a covetous thing? Something that
Probably.
you couldn't necessarily
or
have and
someone
you're
else's,
mad that they have it?
Someone else's wife, maybe.
That would be
That
a
you wish you could be
problem.
doing it.
What?
Someone else's car that you wish you could steal.
Steer.
That's 2 in 1. I coveted it and then stole it.
And then I blamed it on my neighbor.
I told him that he did it. That's 3.
And killed him
And then
when he told the truth.
Yeah. Well, you could actually do. You can see. Wonder who's committed the most sins in one on the 10 Commandment scale. That's pretty cool. We should figure that out. All right, guys. So we have good news for you today. This is good news. Now that we're done with that, we all agree that this woman should shut the hell up. Do your job or don't do your job or quit. But we get that we're not saying you can't have a religious belief. We're just saying just do your job. Follow the law. Thanks. So here's some good news. I was home today writing this amazing Armageddon update. You're welcome. And I got a text from Bombshell that said the tumor is now basically, and her mom is now undetectable, basically. Yes?
Yes.
So tell me what happened. Tell me what happened today. This is so good. Bombshell is getting better. People were kicking pancreatic cancer's ass today.
Which is unheard of.
Yeah, it's unheard of. Yeah, it's Dr. Isaacoff. Anybody has it? Anybody listen to this? Know someone who has it? Dr. Isaacoff, UCLA.
Dr. William Isaacoff.
Billy Isaac, man.
Balzac. If you know anybody that has pancreatic or gets diagnosed with it, just hit us up on the website so that we can direct you to the right place. We've had a couple people do that, actually.
Yep.
As he said today, it's not results, not necessarily typical, but he used the word, and he's not a super overly demonstrative kind of person, but he said pretty miraculous.
Yep.
And so
that's a doctor saying it.
My
a
mom,
man of science.
I had missed it because I was outside arguing with Blue Shield in Covered California on the phone, and I came in, and my mom said that he had talked to her about what the results meant because I wasn't exactly sure. So tumor could not be seen on the CT scan anymore.
So that means a 4-centimeter tumor that was on her pancreas.
4.8.
That's almost a 5-centimeter tumor that was actually causing her so much pain. She was sobbing all the time and curled up 8 months ago. It was horrible. And spots on her liver, cancer that was on her liver that had metastasized to her liver, spots of what did it say?
They're like immeasurable dots, yeah.
Yeah, but they were on her liver. Okay, and they were like centimeters. Weren't they like a centimeter?
They were over a centimeter each, 5 of them, and now they're all sub-centimeter. They look like dots on the scan. They can't measure them with the equipment that they have. Her pancreas is not at all visible to be her tumor in her pancreas is not visible to be measured at all. They see no tumor. There is no tumor on the scan.
But they still see little spots on her liver.
Little dots, she said, like a pin dot. But the pancreatic tumor, they see none. And so if my mom went in for the first time, they wouldn't necessarily diagnose her with pancreatic cancer because it's not they don't see it. They just see that some of her blood vessels look to be encapsulated. And I think
What does that mean?
I asked the physician's assistant, and I said, so basically the tumor that was once there, these blood vessels had grown around it, and that's why she was not a candidate for surgery. That happens all the time with pancreatic tumors, blood vessels, and that's how they feed. These tumors feed off of these blood vessels. So the tumor is basically gone, but those blood vessels are still somewhat encapsulated, so she's still not eligible for surgery. But the doctor said when I came in and my mom asked him to explain it to me, he said he thinks it may be the lymph nodes pushing up against those blood vessels. He doesn't even think that there is a tumor there anymore. And he said pretty miraculous.
So she can stay on chemo for 3 more months, and then we're going to do another scan?
It's just indefinite right now. Chemo is indefinite. He said she's still not a candidate for surgery because of the blood vessel involvement. So I asked him, because he gets annoyed if you ask questions, but my mom kind of threw me to the wolves with him.
This is the guy, by the way, people, who knows he's 10 times smarter than you all the time.
He's amazing. I don't want to put him down in any way, but I say this on stage, he has the bedside manner of a hooker that was paid in pennies. It's like, it's brutal, but once you get that he's really up for his patients and making a difference in this area of medicine, you get the guy, and he's crazy, and he's a genius. And
is he like the Doc Brown? Like a Doc Brown?
Yeah, kind of.
Marty, get out of here!
He's so
88 miles an hour, Marty.
But I asked him. He goes, "What are you asking?" And I said, "I know you hate questions, but I'm like a little kid around him." And I said, "What is a possible outcome?" And he said, this was pretty encouraging, actually, because all I've heard is, even if, like a lot of people go and get that Whipple procedure, it's a surgery that removes your pancreas.
Now, just so car guys out there, Whipple is not they don't put a supercharger on you. Whipple makes superchargers. It's the Whipple procedure, which I heard. I was excited when I first heard it, then I had to understand.
There's something called the Whipple in cars?
There's a Whipple supercharger. It's a great company. They can add like 300 horsepower to your car.
It's not a bad idea.
Right.
She's kind of lazy.
Yeah, she does need a supercharger.
Plug it into her arse. Whipple. So Whipple removes your pancreas and parts of other organs around your pancreas, and they clean a lot of crap out that you don't necessarily have to live. But anyway, so I said to him, he said, "What are you asking?" And I said, "Well, I'm just wondering what could possibly happen. I know that it's not typical, and and he said that the goal would be that it keeps dialing the cancer back." And I said, well, you taught me when I first came here that if it's metastasized, if people's cancer spreads, it's in the blood vessels, or veins. And that's how it spreads everywhere. And he said, yes. And I said, so how could it be that we met a patient here that no longer has to get chemo? Because we know that the cancer cells are somewhere in there. Right. And I said, is it possible that the chemo could kill the last cell dead? And he said yes.
Oh, I didn't hear this.
And I never knew that. And that's this lady Pat that we met that comes in every 4 months because he likes to stay on top of it to get a checkup. That's what happened with her. She has no cancer in her body.
It'd be interesting to find out what her diet is like now. It'd be interesting next time you talk to Pat, see if you can find out what her diet is. Because everything I'm reading in this book, Radical Remission, it just talks about 3 things. The bunch of stuff kills cancer, and 3 things feed it: sugar, animal protein, and dairy. It just feeds cancer. It's anaerobic. If you exercise, it kills cancer because it oxygenates your blood, and it's phenomenal. This is the best news ever. People, we had a woman who we were told were going to die, and she had 2 to 5 months, or 5 months to a year, right? And now she's pretty much, she's not cancer-free yet. They see dots on her liver, but they're taking it down. So let knock on wood, another 3 months. Another 3 months, we'll go back, boom. Yeah, I'm so stoked. The best UCLA med. I mean, right now our results are phenomenal. I'm sure everybody gets mad about something, but our results are phenomenal at UCLA med. Now, to compare and contrast healthcare. On
our way out, I just wanted to tell you this because he's not a touchy-feely dude.
Right.
On our way out, he stopped me in the hallway, and he took my hand and wrapped both of his hands around it, and he said, "You need to know," because I think he sees my thing going on every week, whatever it is that I think I'm hiding. And he said, "You need to know she's doing really well." He said, "This is amazing." And
even he's stoked.
yeah.
Well, even the guy who's the best in the world at this
he's really pleased.
is stoked.
So, but he wanted me to know.
That's
like,
cool.
Yeah. Anyway, so now move on to our other thing.
So now, we thank you, Obama, for trying to get us health care, and then fuck you, Obama, for doing it in the way you did it. California's adopted this thing that the only way that you can get on is you have to go through their covered California thing and then pick your health care plan through that. And by the way, it's not any cheaper, really, and it's not depending on your income. It doesn't make a difference. Here's what they did. They said, you know what we do? Let's have health care for everybody. This horrible thing, and the health care companies already have a system in place. No. Let's don't use that. Let's have all these health care companies run through a government bureaucracy. Let's see how that's going to work. It's the definition of clusterfuck is what it is, basically. You take a company that barely can hold it together. It's like making AT&T have to go through the IRS. AT&T's already a pain in the ass. Now we have to deal with the IRS agents first. And that's what happened. So we have been paying our bill every month, and all of a sudden we find out we're not covered. And why aren't we covered? Because Covered California told Blue Cross we weren't covered
because
we weren't eligible.
But it was different every couple weeks.
Right, there was a new reason.
So, but things like you're not eligible. You were supposed to send in proof of your citizenship. Me.
Right.
Me.
Part Native American person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bitch, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. So I said I sent it in when we enrolled. Oh. It's like that constantly. Oh, you're right. It is right here. Okay. So then they'd put it back through.
It's like dealing with a drunk TSA agent all the time.
It's a nightmare. And I had Blue Shield and Covered California on the phone at the same time today saying, can we just pay you this month and move on? No. We're going to have someone from Cover California call someone at Blue Shield. And I go, but you're on the phone together right now.
Right now.
I'm sorry, I can't take any money from you until we hear from the Covered California. I go, but we're on the phone with them. So it's a nightmare, and you don't have to go through Covered California anymore. But now because of the Affordable Health Care Act.
Thanks, B-Rock.
Couldn't get that out. You have to wait for an open enrollment. So whereas I feel like we used to have much more freedom, because isn't America all about freedom? I can't just go to an insurance company now and say, I want that. I'm going to pay you for that. Give me that. I have to wait until October 1st for the open enrollment period.
So they force you to actually, that's just the craziest
thing. So
thing.
Explain that to me. Anyone listening, if you understand why we have enrollment periods now.
I will tell you this. Every time the government...
Why we have enrollment periods?
Yeah. Fetus is going to look it up.
I believe that it is a good thought to make sure everybody's health care. I mean, Norway, Sweden, there's so many major industrial countries that have it, and it works. Although if you talk to some people in Canada, they say, yeah, it works, but it takes forever. So anytime you get a government involved, I think they just there's. I almost at times in certain things wish we had a dictator, just a guy that you will get the health care, you will give the people the health care, you will be better, you will not call it, you will pay us here on time and it's done. Instead, you have all these other people who are just these idiot government employees. And by the way, I want to be very clear. I talked to idiots today. I talked to people that said, well, one guy goes, we've seen you've called like 4 times in the last month. And I said, yeah, my wife's been on the phone for 2 hours every time, and we don't have that kind of time. And he's like, well, I can see. Well, I go back to July 4th. They went back right to the thing that we've been talking to him for 4 months. So people, I'm going to tell you, Blue Shield of California, do not at any time use them. If they're good to you, hold on to them, but be very wary. Covered California, do not call them, do not use them. Wait till the open enrollment and pick an insurance plan for yourself. Do not write a check to Blue Shield of California. I rarely get like that. Do not. They are by far, it's fraud. They've taken our money, and now they're saying, well, Covered California said you weren't eligible at the time because of your citizenship.
Everybody has a different reason and excuse. And I hung up. It was an hour and 25 minutes in, and my mom was sitting next to me. They were on speaker in the car. And they go, Well, is there anything else I can help you with today, or any other questions you have?
You haven't helped with anything.
Yeah.
What are you talking
And I
about?
said, so what? I said, you need to understand, you're letting me go now. And this has happened 17 other times where you're like, everything's going to be fine. This just has to happen. And I go, if you think that anyone from either of your agencies is calling me to fix it and follow up, you're crazy. So you're letting me go again after an hour and a half of conversation, and nothing changed.
Yep.
Nothing changed. So I think we should start our own healthcare.
We
What
should.
you got? What you got? Fetus.
So why do we have to annual enrollment? Say it loud. Say it proud.
It just sounds like you. I don't know anything. It sounds like
That's not the answer I was looking for. You sound like them. Wow, I'm dealing with more people like from Cover California, and I hired this guy.
It sounds like you have an enrollment period so that when it ends, you have an opportunity to make changes to your plan, like go with someone else or adjust your current.
But
plan.
why?
Or else you're locked into the same thing forever under the current system. It's
Right.
like updating your cell phone contract or that kind of.
Here's the problem. Okay, so I know why they have annual enrollment, because before what happened was once you had a healthcare provider, if you tried to change, you had to go through all this crazy shit again, all your medical records, you had to go through everything. And then they made it so pre-existing conditions don't work anymore. This is actually a good thing. You have to have the annual enrollment period because now, listen, because we hate Blue Shield of California, because Blue Shield of California is by far the worst healthcare provider we've ever dealt with. So here's what I'll say. So now what they're saying is, okay, so they suck. So we can now switch to somebody else. That's what they have. So you have to stay with them for the enrollment time, and then you go, did they suck? Yeah, horrible. Then you guys don't have to be with them anymore. And now any pre-existing condition, they can't. The insurance companies can't say no more anymore. That's what Obamacare did that. So now I forgot before. It was so hard
Okay.
to switch insurance before.
What if
It was
people,
so hard.
It was?
Paper. Oh, it was impossible to switch healthcare.
Okay,
Oh my God.
what about people
Mm.
who didn't have health care and they missed the 3-month period?
The enrollment part, I think they. have
Why
to-
do you have to enroll only
Everybody-
during that period?
Everybody has to have health care. I don't. I think. I think they probably picked a time so you couldn't just do it all. So we actually can narrow it down to a certain time you had to enroll, and then they can actually map it. Because by the way, they can't deal with it this way, and everybody has to enroll in these 3 months, right? Is it 3-month period?
Yeah.
Okay, so they have to. So that means they got 9 months where they can figure out all the things they've screwed up. And so then the 3 months come around, and then then it's a total clusterfuck again, and then they got 9 months to straighten it out. That's what I'm guessing. Because if you let it open all year long, people would just switch in their healthcare plans like this. If you do it for 3, that means you have to hold on to healthcare for at least. If you do it at the end of the enrollment period, you have to hold on to healthcare for 9
Well,
months.
I think that's gay. And I said that just to wrap up our whole story.
Wow, you brought it all together. What?
May the circle be unbroken.
Guys, I want to talk to you for a minute about something. So I need you guys to do me a favor. I want you to go review the podcast on iTunes. Go to iTunes, review the podcast for us. Tell us what you tell them what you think. Give us a good review. Give us a bad, whatever you want to say. I guess no one's going to go out of the way to give a bad review, right?
Yes,
you're-
they do.
Forgot. Yeah, they do. They go crazy. You know
What
what's
do you
weird?
call them? Digital pussies?
Digital pussies. The people that actually, and they still listen. That's the weird thing.
Most importantly, let's talk about who brought this podcast to you today.
Oh, so let me give this. Okay, so a couple of things. We'll do that at the end. No, we'll do the thing you just said now.
Right.
So check this out, people. I don't want to talk about that guy that did
Peeper.
that tweet. We have this company,
Casper.
Casper, and they make beds, and they put them in a box, and they send them to you. It's a bed in a box.
That
right?
noise is me hardly pointing at
yeah.
the piece of paper.
That I'm supposed to read. I hate reading. I like to riff it. Somebody said.
Okay, go ahead and riff it, and let me.
Yeah, you correct me.
If anything
That's
goes
how-
wrong,
that's how we run
if
our
it goes
life.
awry,
I say something stupid, and then you fix it. That's how it works in our life. That's how you and I work, right? That's pretty much how it works.
yes.
So it's by Casper.
I like the way you were doing it, though. You're doing it kind of East Coast. Casper. They make beds.
it's a bed in
They
the
put
box.
it in a box.
I hate that Zipa guy. I gotta stop it because there's that Zipa guy. Hey, get freaking Zipa! You're gonna snow, get Zipa. I can't. I want to blow my brains out.
Don't do that.
No, I know, right? Isn't
But
it-
if you did it on a Casper bed,
no.
which is made of latex and memory foam,
And if you order it you get $50 towards any mattress purchase by visiting Casper.com/Titus and using promo code Titus. So here's the deal with these beds.
if you do that too,
Yep.
so like, usually memory foam, this is what's pretty crazy to me is like, because we have a memory foam mattress, we got one of these, they're pretty amazing and they've always been so expensive, like the the other brand is like $4,000
Yep.
for a bed. So this
For
one,
the medium level one.
if you get this one, their twin size is only $500, and it only goes up incrementally. It's like a queen is $850. That's crazy. And then if you use promo code Titus, then you get $50 off of that.
So it's like a decent. It's like 25% of a normal high end one, but they're really high end. So we get this good. So dude, we this is their second time advertising or third time advertising with us. So we actually
Turd.
so one of our loyal listeners who because we don't do a lot of, went out and bought one, and
Yeah.
the tweet was, oh my god, he was like, oh my god, I cannot believe how this feels. Your brother, Agent Pink Squashy. He's a monster, by the way. Agent Pink Squashy is a man's man. He is full on Clint Eastwood, John Wayne, big mother, and he got one because he's having back problems, and he sleeps like a baby now.
Well, the loyal listener that you
But
were
that means
referencing,
it's so comfortable he pees himself in bed. That's what that's
probably, and never wakes up.
because it's so.
But the guy that wrote in on the Facebook page, he said that he's been having he's suffering with crazy back problems, and he got this thinking, whatever, $50 off, it's not that much, I'll try it, and he hasn't had a back problem since, which is exactly what my brother said. Here's the other thing about it that I love. Not only can you hide out in your home, like I love to do, and order things to your home and not have to meet anybody or make any friends. Awesome.
Covet.
Shut up. It's risk free, so you can have it you can have a trial for it. It's
How long is the trial for?
100 days.
What?
Free delivery.
You could jack up a mattress in 100 days.
So you get it free.
Right.
You get to try it for up to 100 days, and then you get to return it if you don't like it.
So here's what I at first I thought the memory foam thing was BS, and then we got one. And what I do all the time, people, I'm on the road. This week we're actually going to be on the Florida tour.
Florida.
We're going to go to, on Thursday, we're going to be in Tallahassee. On Friday, we're going to be in Gainesville. On Saturday, we're going to be in Tampa. And on Sunday, we're going to be down at the West Palm Beach Improv with an all-new show, 90 minutes. And the tickets are selling well, so get them. So here's the thing. We travel and we stay in hotels all the time, which means you're sleeping on mattresses, and I hate saying this, that have been slept on by every scumbag on the planet, including me. Hotel rooms are the worst. You'll do stuff in a hotel room that would make you burn down your house. So we're sleeping in these beds all the time, and they're never good. I wake up, I sleep crappy on the road. It doesn't get it, and I get home into that memory foam bed, and it is like,
We always say it's not a bed, it's a relationship.
Yeah. So anyway, so go to Casper.com, guys.
/Titus. Casper.com/Titus, and then use promo code Titus, and know that you're buying something that was made in America.
Yeah, I like that.
America.
I like it. It's $9.50 for a king. That's not bad.
Plus $50 off. Huh?
Oh my God, that's crazy.
I know you like that.
Yeah.
And now, you're supposed to give me my intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, from sea to shining sea, continent to continent, and sometimes space, it's the Bombshell Rae with the Bombshell News.
Love this story. An alternative medicine conference in Germany has ended in chaos.
Well, we're going to have the supplements. We're going to have some organic things. Go ahead, let's get the Chinese medicine to Germany. Doesn't work, really.
After dozens
You
of...
will take this route, and you will do the ginseng. And you will feel better.
I'm afraid to talk.
Go ahead.
It ended in chaos after dozens of delegates took an LSD-like drug and suffered from hallucinations.
That's what happens when you take an LSD.
Broadcaster NDR described the 29
no.
men and women staggering around, rolling in a meadow, talking gibberish, and suffering from severe cramps.
That's every 28 days that happens to sometimes.
More than 150 medical staff, ambulances, and police had to descend on the scene to get these people to the hospital. The patients were between ages of 24 to 56.
It sounds like they were just in Germany having fun, and it freaked everybody out. What is this? You are rolling in a meadow? This cannot happen here. You will walk to the convention center, and you will get your supplement.
Were they actually even having cramps, or were they just imagining the
It
cramps?
says all of them were suffering from cramps.
There's a bunch of German medical students. My tummy hurts really bad, but this meadow is beautiful. My arms feel prickly. I'm sorry. The German voice is funny to me.
Um,
Wee.
this is in honor of Angry Pursuit of Happiness, now available on ChristopherTitus.com.
Yeah, let me cover that real quick. By the way, if you go, we're actually financing this movie. I'm putting a chunk of money in it and a special unit. So if you guys want to go get a DVD, Christmas is coming up. Go to
What's coming up?
Crickmix.
Crickmix.
Is coming up. If you go to ChristopherTitus.com.
He said it wrong at first. Did you hear it? He didn't say it right.
ChristopherTitus.com. If you go buy a DVD up through September 30th. September 31st, right?
30th.
Does it only have 30 or 31?
30.
Oh, it's
30.
It's got 30. So if you're going to buy a Zipa, if you're going to buy a DVD through September 30th, there will be no shipping charges. So you'll just be paying 20, and there you go. Or the box set, whatever. And
We
all
also-
that money,
these
all
are-
that money is going towards the movie Special Unit. Take that.
I ordered these super cool tour posters. This is just aside from the fact because you can't get them on the website, but we're gonna have them in Florida and at all of our upcoming dates. But they're like tour posters, like band tour 11 by 17. So cool. They're sitting on the desk right now.
I like
That's
how
why
you
I'm
said-
totally stoked.
I like how you said, I ordered these tour posters, and you go, you know what they're like? They're like tour
Tour
posters. You said it twice. Oh, right. Oh, tour posters. Oh, good. Oh, those are really
I was
good.
a little too eager without enough facts. So that often happens on this podcast. Eager with no facts. Titus podcast.
That is so us.
But we are eager, and these posters are really super cool. This is the first time we've gotten these. I'm pretty stoked about that. So we're
Yeah.
going to have those in Florida.
Yep.
This is in honor of Angry Pursuit of Happiness. 11-year-old child shoots and kills home intruder in St. Louis.
Arm the children. Holy crap. What happened?
Police are saying, this is St. Louis, that a child shot and killed a teenager who attempted to break into his home Thursday. The 11-year-old was, well, it actually doesn't say if it's a boy or a girl because it's a little kid, was at home with a 4-year-old girl when the suspect entered the home through an unlocked door. The 11-year-old fired one shot at the suspect from a handgun, which fatally wounded the 16-year-old. The suspect, there was a second one. Yeah, right? One shot and done. There was a second suspect that fled the scene instantly, and they were still looking for that person. But the mother of the children actually bought the gun after previous attempted break-ins. So the kid picked it up, shot the dude, and moved on.
How old was the kid?
11,
And he was home by himself?
with a 4-year-old.
Wow. There's something bad there, too, but at least the kid, it's weird. I don't
Nothing. There was nothing wrong. That kid was fully equipped
yeah, right,
to
exactly.
take care of himself.
By the way, good babysitter. I think
Yeah.
you can say good babysitter.
That's
wow.
what I think.
Wow. It's amazing that that bit was written as a kind of a ironic statement on the gun thing in our country, and you've just totally killed the entire meaning of the bit.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, go ahead, loudly.
So what happens to that kid that killed that other kid now? Like, I know if someone had broken into the house, but like, what's the next
Self-defense.
self-defense? Is that just what happens?
Totally, yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
because the person was trespassing on their property.
Yeah, once you come in the house, you pretty much there's laws now. If you break into the house violently, that's why a lot of people there's that shade. They go, well, he came in the house, and then when they know each other, it gets a little gray area ish.
Right.
But if the guy didn't know him, man, boom. My uncle, actually, a guy who was dating my aunt a while ago had two guys break into his house, and he came home. And that by the way, this was the wrong house to break into because my uncle would go up in the hills and train with LAPD SWAT. They had this guy that would do these classes for like laymen, so he'd go up there and he practiced all day. He was in a range all the time. He went in the house at low ready, like a cop, and he hit 5 out of 7. It was two guys. One guy came out of the bathroom. He went boom, 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 and he hit that guy 3 times. And then the other dude was under the bed, came up. They were going through his drawers, came up. He shot him directly in the chest. He died instantly. He shot him twice. Then that dude went down, and the guy that he shot 3 times, he didn't hit him fatally. He actually crawled out. They kicked out one of his French door windows, crawled out and started running. He got half a mile before he fell down, before he went out. And my uncle had to go to court. They were going to try to sue my uncle for manslaughter. But the judge went, you broke into I was sitting in the courtroom with my uncle, and they go, your client was breaking into the man's house flat out and tried to attack him when he came in. So why are we here? And it was over. It was great. It was great.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. So arm your children.
Arm the Children, available at ChristopherTitus.com.
Mhm.
Much funnier than
Yeah,
that.
it's way funnier than killing a guy.
Man,
But the bit does kill. Boom.
men plan to use a drone to get contraband into a prison, officials say. Ashley Cashman, our douche correspondent, when she sent this story in, and she actually said it was only a matter of time.
Right.
Once we get that kind of technology. 2 men were parked on a side street near Maryland State Prison with a car full of drugs, pornography, and tobacco. They were trying to load the items onto a green and white drone and send them over the barbed wire and guards into the hands of one inmate that they had hatched this plan with. Obviously, law enforcement thwarted this plan, but I mean, maybe bright green and white isn't the best.
Or sitting next to a prison in a car full of drugs and porn. You know what you do?
Still illegal.
Yeah, you know, you
Still
do-
illegal
yeah, you
if
do
it's
it-
in your car.
Yeah, you put your toe in the water. You don't just dive in. You got to see if they're if it's deep enough.
A test run.
There you go.
Here's a cigarette.
Yeah, there you pack of cigarettes on a drone, drop it in.
A
see how it
letter.
works.
Hey, Larry, I'm going to send you a letter. We'll see if it works
How much
first.
trouble could you be in for sending a letter?
None.
There you go.
They might say, hey, slap on the wrist, don't send drones over the prison fence.
Right.
Howbeiver, lovely letter, great sentiment. Have a nice day.
Right. And you're helping the economy by buying Hallmark. There
That's
you go.
an excellent point. I didn't even think about that. They should have done a dry run.
Right.
Just,
yeah, because they never.
just to see if it would make it.
Yeah, you don't try to put the bottle of Macallan on the drone and then drop it into the prison, or you put a bag of weed on the drone. And by the way, how low is the drone? I mean, because don't drones, like some of the filming drones can go really high, can't they? Like
yes.
like a quarter mile, something like that.
Yeah.
You do it so you get a drone that's so good that no one really you fly it from.
That's what it says. It says more and more people are using drones to sneak drugs, cell phones, and other contraband into prisons.
All right then. You know, it'd be fun to be the guy in the tower and just basically clay pigeon shooting drones out of the sky. Pull. That'd be great. It'd be fun.
Well, the thing is about drones right now is it's the Wild West with drones right now because like they still haven't figured out a great way the government to regulate them because they're trying to figure out the best way to make the most money off of people using them. So there isn't really you don't have to have like a license or like a permit or stuff like that.
We got to get a drone then, because I've seen some of the film.
Oh, drones are
some of-
great. They're amazing.
Yeah, so we're gonna get a drone for combustion
We
films.
should. They're
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
And so like
I want to
that's-
shoot the opening scene for Special Unit with one. When they're coming to when the cars are coming to the
Oh, yeah.
beginning. Yeah, he knows the script.
Oh yeah.
This is pretty crazy, but they're actually listing not a lot of there was a drone drop in Ohio at a prison that started a brawl because it was marijuana, cigarettes, and heroin that it dropped, and it started a yard brawl.
They just
obviously.
randomly dropped it. They were
You
just
think the
waiting?
bigger dudes are going to let Larry catch the drone with all the heroin on it? You think that's going to happen? Larry
You're right.
better be the biggest, baddest man in prison.
That's true. That's true.
All right, everybody, here's what's gonna happen, man. My drone coming in about 3 o'clock. So I would like I need Bubba, I need Lil Pete, and I need Tank, man. You guys meet me in the yard because they're gonna drop heroin and marijuana. I don't want anyone getting near me. All right, we cool? Cool.
Right. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
So 30 of them get together.
Lil Pete is not little, by the way. Lil Pete is
course not.
430 pounds, and it's all upper body.
Florida.
Oh, here we go. Smells like Florida.
That was synchronized sniffing.
It
That was
was.
pretty cool. Florida mom robs 3 banks in 30 minutes for her daughter's graduation party. Smoking dye pack led police to her home.
The dye pack went off.
A Florida woman robbed 3 banks in a half-hour span, but red smoke trailing her car from an exploded dye pack gave cops an easy trail to follow. Cindy Sanchez Carabello, 50 years old, was caught. She told the sheriff's deputies that the money was for her daughter's graduation party.
Oh my goodness. Fetus has brought up a picture of this woman. She looks exactly like a person that's going to walk into a bank and rip off some money so she can put her daughter, or the quinceañera. The quinceañera could have been handled too.
Why you gotta be racist?
I'm looking at her.
What are you trying to say? I'm looking.
She's a little tiny bit. I'm not saying that's a
How's
reason. She's a
Hola,
little-
papi.
Okay, you're right.
How's you doing?
I love that she had a contrail of
No,
red
you
smoke out of
didn't.
her car. You know, by the way, now had she robbed the bank on 4th of July, maybe she would have got away with it. Little contrail of smoke coming on.
July 4th don't mean nothing to me.
Okay, May 5th.
Ay, papi. No, you didn't.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what you're doing, but I like it.
Swiveling.
Yeah, you are swiveling, and there's a little.
This is
bit.
not a video podcast.
It is not, and
Those
people are going, "What is she doing?"
moments of dead air. You're free to use your imagination.
Just Bombshell shaking it.
Man takes selfie whilst driving, crashes into a tree. This was in Maine. Maine is never in the news. State police said that the driver, was in the middle of driving, hence the name driver. Attempted to take a selfie, caused a car crash that left multiple people injured. This is kind of your pet peeve right now, this whole selfie thing.
Listen, no one has selfies of their kids.
He had 7 passengers. Why was he taking a selfie?
Oh, they were doing a group selfie while driving?
I don't know.
Oh, that was probably it. He's like, everybody get in. All right, give it. So you look at it along and, no, Steve, your head. No, I can't hold it. Move your head. Steve. Tree. Did he get a picture with the tree after the wreck? That'd have been good.
I don't know, but 7 people were in his car and they weren't wearing seatbelts and he ran straight into a tree. What a dum-dum.
Anybody die?
No. They're just really mad. They've all lived to beat his ass.
A lot of owl going on.
Mexican men.
What is it with the taking the selfie thing? And here's another thing. People in the mirror, let's go through how to take a selfie. Now, if you're looking in a mirror, don't look at your phone, you idiot. Look in the mirror so people can see you. If you're looking in your phone, the picture that's going to come out is you looking at your phone. It's the dumbest ass picture. Also, if you take your arm, take the camera, flip it around, hold it outside the mirror at an angle so you can't see it. Then look into the mirror at the phone that you're holding away and look directly into the phone. You'll have a killer picture.
I have a better idea. Go make some friends.
There you go. That's even better. I was going to say that next.
Hey, Larry, can you take a picture of me?
I don't know. I have 400 friends, but they're on Facebook and they can't come over and take a picture.
I don't think if you go and look at my Instagram, Ray Bradley, that you will see one selfie. I have an aversion to that. It drives me crazy. Like any picture that you see of me that's like arm's length away, I can assure you was taken by my Yorkie. I don't take pictures. I hate it. I hate that. It's like go meet some people. God never intended for this moment to be recorded because if he had, he would have put someone next to you that could have held the phone and taken the picture.
Yeah, by the way, the moment you just lived that should have had friends with it in it.
Otherwise, it's not worthy of being recorded.
It's not a moment. You're just by
It's
yourself.
not a moment. You're alone again.
No wonder
you
we're
sad,
depressed.
pathetic piece of crap. You're all alone. Why commemorate
Don't
this
call me a piece of
aloneness?
crap. I need to buy a selfie stick so I can even take a further away picture of me so I look good.
Selfies are commemorative loneliness. It's called This Moment brought to you by Shitbox, which is what you are.
By me.
And your
By
Instagram
myself,
account is
with no friends. This moment brought to you by depression. Because no one's talking to me.
Sinesta or whatever. What's that drug?
That's an interesting. Say what you just said again. That made me laugh really hard.
What did I say?
I don't know. What did she just say? It was
Selfies are commemorative loneliness.
Commemorative loneliness. Wow. I think we are going to hashtag this podcast with commemorative loneliness. Great.
It's true. You pathetic pieces of crap. Stop filling up my Twitter and Instagram feeds
with pictures of you looking into your phone in a mirror.
Oh my gosh, I'm embarrassed for you every time. And do you know what I do whenever people put those up? I look around them in their bathroom because they're always who would ever take a picture in their bathroom? Like used to. In my day, we had the decency to go to Peachtree Mall and put on a feather boa and pay a dude $79.99 to take glamour shots.
That's right. And it was out of focus just enough to make you look good.
Soft focus, baby.
Yeah.
That's how I look good.
I would dress like a gangster with my brother. We had gangster guns.
That's not glamour shots. That's the like old timey glamour shot. That's when you put
this
like
big skull. Yeah.
I never did it, but my grandma has one. My grandma has one in a red sequin jacket because they all were, and bright red lipstick and a feather boa.
But it took a team to take a picture.
Fine.
It was a team. There was a guy, and there was a guy that gave you clothing, and it stood there, and there's a lighting guy, and there was a team.
Because used to we had humility. We had shame. There you go. There's a glamour shot.
He's
Perfect.
brought up a glamour shot of a.
That's a lot like what my grandma's glamour shot looks like.
75-year-old woman with handcuffs connected to her jacket, and.
But see how they backlit her hair, so your hair seems to glow off of your head. Soft focus, too much makeup. That is shame and decency right
Yeah,
there.
There you go. I agree.
That is what it used to be all about.
100%.
Because used to, you wouldn't show a picture of yourself unless about 6 hours of work went into it and you had rejected about 3,900 photos to find the one.
Right.
And now you people are putting these shitbox photos up that it took you 2 tries of sucking in and sticking your butt out and doing duck lips. You didn't even bother doing your makeup or going to get a fake tan. It's like it's just you're in your bathroom.
And you don't know what we're looking at. Like we look at them and we sit around and we do laugh at what's in your bathroom. We actually can
do.
Pretty much. It's almost like we do. It's like idiot CSI. We sit down and we go, oh my God, look what's in. Look.
Narcissism CSI.
Yeah.
A guy, my friend Amber, a guy sent her a selfie.
Oh, this guy.
He's in like bikini underwear and a beanie hat because he's on steroids and he was trying to get her to go out with him. And he's posing and everything in the mirror. So she and I are looking at the photo and we notice that there is a metal butterfly mural over his head and there's zebra print towels and there's
Folded
little
nicely.
seashell hand soaps. So she says, holy crap. He's married. And then we realize, no, he lives with his mom.
Yeah, he totally. gave
And
it
that's
away.
who takes selfies.
There is no
my
straight
gosh.
male's bathroom that looks.
You're
like
going to
that.
have to put this picture up, that one before this, for the Armageddon update video, which will be on Christopher Titus TV this afternoon,
Yeah.
because that is sweet.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Glamour
Guy with his-
shot.
But see, I love that guy. He's with his baby and his dog. That's a good one.
See, he has people, although his neck and his face are tattooed.
You know, you've just destroyed everybody who takes selfies of
Good.
themselves. It's
Maybe those people will either unfriend me or stop putting that crap in my feed.
great. Yeah.
I'm sad for you. Every day I look at social media, I feel sad for people. I don't look at it and think, "Oh wow, you're right. You do look really good."
Well,
in
in every
this
picture
moment."
on my of Instagram, I'm whoring a show usually, but
That's
with
good.
you're pounding vodka.
In all of your pictures.
In pretty much every picture where I'm holding this for us, you're pounding.
Because it's a
vodka.
hard world.
It's a hard world.
I'm just saying, cut it out. Go make some friends. Let's move on. I feel sad for
I
everybody.
have 5,000 friends
No, you
on
don't.
Facebook.
No, you
Yes,
don't.
I do. Those are my friends now. We've redefined friends. There's people that click and say, "Dude, have a great day. Glad it worked out for you." They talk to me all the time. They are my friends, and I need to get pictures of them, but they're not here to take a picture of me, so I have to send them one that I took.
Your steak looks really good. That's like comments. Thanks for posting pictures of your dinner.
All right, guys. ChristopherTitus.com. You guys want some DVDs? They're all 90 minutes. They're all funny as
I have one more news story.
You do?
Yeah,
All right.
I have
let's
to
go
do
ahead.
it.
Let's go. All right.
This
Well,
is my grand
all
finale.
right, well, after your rants and the hatred we're going to get for the whole selfie
I don't
thing.
care, because the only people that'll send hatred are the people that have no friends that are posting selfies.
You're mean today.
I'm not mean. Do you know what
no, it's not in a bad way. It's me. It's a respectful mean.
Do you know what I
Venus,
think?
when you say that, it's kind of a respectful mean. She's more teaching than scolding.
It's realism.
Yes.
There, good answer.
He's just afraid of me,
Ain't
and I don't
he
know
sad?
why.
I'm saying yes
have you
to
met
both
you?
of
Have you met you?
This is what I think.
What?
Let me tell you what runs through my head. And I follow a lot of I think I said this last week, a lot of fitness people
'Cause
and
you're
stuff.
very fit.
And just because, like that, I'm into that. So
She the bombshell, man.
one of them named Jamie Eason, she posts workouts every day. And she did this really cool thing where she takes one, the Instagram square and makes 9 miniature videos inside of it. And you can see her whole workout for the day. Pretty cool, right? She
Yeah.
positive
Yeah, you can
things,
add pictures, yeah.
inspiration, stuff like that.
Right, making a difference in the world.
Other people post pictures of their butt. Oh, it's Wednesday hump day. Here's my butt. It's Thursday baby got back day. Here's my butt. And you know what I think all the time when I look at those selfies of people where they're duck lipping and flexing their butt and whatever else you crap do? You know what I think? My mom has cancer. That's all I think when I look at that stuff. Like I can't get hip to that.
Right.
The world is bigger.
And you have a butt you could post, but you don't post your butt.
Interestingly enough, let me just say this. I should post my butt.
I'll post your butt.
While I'm flipping off everyone about selfies. I was at the mall with your child.
Mm.
It was her birthday.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian walked in.
Yep.
We had lunch.
She's super pregnant though, right?
She's pregnant, yeah.
Yeah.
We had lunch. We're sitting not too far from her, and we left. And your daughter turns to me and she says, Ray, what charities is she involved in? This is your 14-year-old,
We've
about to be
done-
14-year-old
We've
daughter.
done pretty
at the
well
time.
with that kid, by
Yeah.
the way.
And I said, what do you mean? And she goes, well, you just always hear about her shopping and gossip or dating or whatever, Kanye West, but you never hear, and don't they have a lot of money, especially if they're shopping all the time, because the people at the mall said, oh, they're always here. And I said, yeah, they have a lot of money. And she goes, well, what are they doing? What good things do they do for people with that money? Because you never hear anything to do with charity.
And kids will ask these questions that you just can't fill them with anything, just long,
Brilliant. I just said, no, I actually told her, I said, you're brilliant. That's exactly right.
Yep.
That's exactly right. She goes, I just think if I had a lot of money, I would be doing things for other people. And I was like, yeah.
We did good with that kid.
She's more intelligent than Kim Kardashian, who's like 30-something. Yeah. Anyway, Mexican man.
That's not saying a whole
Speaking
lot.
of what's important.
That's like saying she's more insightful than Sarah Palin.
Well, she's still young, but that's her first milestone.
Very nice.
That's her first commandment.
Yep.
Thou shalt be smarter than Kim Kardashian. Mexican man says 19-inch penis is destroying his life.
You know what? That's just a guy who wanted to get it out there in a way without
Yeah.
bragging.
Hola.
Oh my God, this 19-inch penis is
Mexican.
just I can't.
He's Mexican.
This 19-inch penis, man. I'm telling you, man. I cannot. It's a pain in the ass.
That's a humble brag.
I will tell. Yeah, total humble rag.
A pain in the ass.
Yeah, it is. I'm telling you, man.
Raul,
Wait, sometimes I
you
sit
can't
on.
keep saying that.
I see on it wrong sometimes. I'm telling you, literally, I'm figuratively.
The subtitle is.
Figuratively.
The subtitle.
Figuratively.
Oh my gosh.
Figurative. I mean it as a metaphor.
The subtitle is Women Fear Him and He is Unable to Work.
Why is he unable
His
to
name
work?
is Roberto.
Why is he unable to work?
He is from Saltillo.
So here's the thing: 19 inches. It goes past my knee. When I walk, it just bend, crack, bend, crack.
He says he has the world's largest penis, and it's making his life miserable. He told the newspaper Vanguardia that he would like to be considered disabled because his member leaves him unable to work, and it forces him to live on assistance and scavenge for food.
It's a really weird-looking placard on his hanging
Women
off
are
his
too
mirror.
afraid to be with him. His penis is reportedly 48.2 centimeters, 19 inches long. The circumference is 25 centimeters, which is 10 inches.
This is a birth defect. This is not. That's
Oh,
not.
now
normal.
you're
That-
on his boat.
No,
now
that-
you're
yeah,
with
that-
him.
That's handicapped. That is something that would bother you all the time.
He has provided doubters with medical imaging photos of his penis. Please feel free to pull this
Yeah,
up.
I cannot
fetus.
believe fetus is not click clack in the 19-year-old's penis. And now look.
I'm
I don't wanna-
looking at it.
I don't want to end the podcast with a dick joke, but this is a medical oddity. We've crossed from dick joke into medical oddity. This is something this has got to be fake. There's no way.
He says
25 centimeters around? Oh my God.
circumference of the tip. Yeah.
Oh,
He's
did you have
actually-
to see? Never say that again. Those words never need to go together again. Mexican medicine.
They're saying that he hasn't been a guy here
There's medical
in Los
imaging.
Angeles. Do you see it? See, look, a doctor here at the Center for Male Reproductive Medicine and Vasectomy Reversal told the Huffington Post that he believes, without examining him, that the man could be treated by a very big circumcision. That's his quote.
But it looks like it's the vas deferens, all that stuff. Look at all the hanging. Oh, that's a tumor. That's not a penis. That's a tumor.
Oh, don't keep. That's good. We saw
That's
enough.
that is a tumor. That's not a penis. I'm sorry, people. You got to look this up. They have an X-ray of it, and that is a tumor. That is not a penis.
Don't let anybody see you looking it up at work because they'll think you're weird.
Yeah, it's not weird. No, if they see you, go, dude, look at this.
Actually,
Just
call over
them
some friends
Yeah,
first.
Yeah. Get a group. Don't do it by yourself. It's creepy. But if
See
you
what I mean? See how things are not creepy when you're with a group of
Guys,
people,
we're
but
pulling-
super creepy when you're not?
get everybody
Selfie.
over. There-
Take note.
Yeah, good point. You brought it all around again.
I do. I'm just like I'm a freaking protractor today,
And
just whizzing.
You're in a mood. You're in a mood. All right, guys. Again, do go to ChristopherTitus.com, get the DVDs. There's no shipping charges to September 30th.
And click on the Amazon link there when you buy anything from Amazon. I do it. whenever
Go
I buy
to
stuff.
Twitter at
Twitter.
Titus Nation
At
and
Ray Bradley.
yeah, and Titus Nation on Instagram also. I've been putting up a lot more Instagram stuff. There's little 15-second pops of comedy on there now. We got a bunch of cool stuff on Instagram.
I just found a picture of you that I put on your Facebook, The Real Christopher Titus, and mine is Bombshell Rae. You saw it, and so you put it on Instagram and on Twitter, but it's the picture is the inner retard
Yep.
wearing a room service helmet saluting, and that was actually taken in Scotland, which should explain the drunkenness level of
Yeah,
that
that
photo.
was
One of my favorite pictures ever.
There was some McAllen involved in that one.
There was some McAllen 20.
One more thing, people. I need a
21.
couple things. I want you to go review us on iTunes. Give the podcast a review. That's what we want to see. When we need some new reviews, go do what you got to do. Tell us what you want to tell us, because I do read them. The other thing is we also need to go to the Amazon link. Make ChristopherTitus.com your homepage. Christmas is coming up. I know you're going to be buying stuff. If you click through on the Amazon link, people, please click through when you buy stuff because it helps keep the doors of the Combustion Lounge open. Right?
Amen, brother.
Thanks, guys. All right, for myself, the lovely Bombshell Rae and Fetus, later.
Peace out.
See ya.
I don't think it wasn't timed exactly right.
Okay, later.
Peace out.
See ya.
That was better.
A little better. He's lots of sharpness. He had a sharpness.
Guys,
last week.
please come see us in Florida. We need all the kindred spirits we can get. 10th
Yeah,
to the 13th, Florida. Go to ChristopherTitus.com.
Tallahassee, Gainesville, Tampa, and West Palm. See ya.